Got that shit in it.
From the 757 to the 713, well, you know we stay whipping through the streets. Some will call it swinging bang, some will call it slow ride. I just call it cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the beat.
Da, 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 da. It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the
Da, 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 da.
Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Monday, October 7th. Hold on, let me point this bad boy down so y'all can see what's going on. How y'all guys doing today? I'm doing fantastic. Hopefully you guys are doing the same. Hopefully it's found you in good health and good spirits. Hopefully. I'm just really hoping that part. But what you can expect from this podcast today is that we're going to be talking about, and this is going to be very heavy, not heavy spoiler, but kind of spoiler review of the series finale of Power Ghost Book 2. And then also, we're going to be talking about the Penguin and Agatha all along. We're going to be talking about these things. So, and then also a little personal diatribe. That's pretty much, y'all know how the first 10 minutes go. But that is what you can expect from the Cruising Podcast. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the episode today. And there's also like a little bit of a discussion after the series finale part of hold on, let me see something real quick. There we go. Goodness gracious. Of Power Book 2 afterwards. So just gonna give you guys a little bit of a heads up on that one. But where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the latest updates of the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. How you guys doing today? You doing good? All right, that's what's up. All right, man. I've been heavily thinking about it, and it's really starting to become more of pretty much fruition. This is about to be hopefully the full-time thing. I'm just hoping very soon that this becomes the full-time thing. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I normally do the personal stuff at during the Patreon, but whatever. The problem is that my back is saying, hey, you remember that 2-year plan we talked about? I don't know if we can do 2 years, dog. And normally people be like, nah, man, I tell my body to shut up, blah, blah, blah. And normally I would in this situation, but I just feel like my physical health is deteriorating at a rapid pace that it should not be at a 35-year-old level. And I'm sick of being tired all the time. I'm just sick of just doing mundane shit pretty much. And damn it, I made it 3 minutes. But I'm at a point now where this is about to be the thing. And I'm about to make it, like I'm saying, as you guys can tell, I'm being way more consistent. We're about to go and start doing Bleach Tuesdays. So like I said, it's going to be like almost 3 days a week we're going to have the podcast. And I'm very excited about this. I love it. I love doing this. I'd rather just do this anyway. But some things got to shake first before I make any other like really big decisions right now, mostly with the on the podcast front for sure. I'm just like, this is the dream. I didn't know this was going to be the dream. Like I told you guys before, I didn't know this was not supposed to, this was definitely like the secondary dream, but now this is the main one. Like I said, my body is breaking down at a rapid pace. I tried to play basketball today, and that was a bad decision. Well, now I only shot the ball, and that was also a bad decision. I walked, and I've been playing Pokemon Go a lot more, and it's actually got me out walking and doing all the rest of this cool stuff. Right now, I feel very nauseous. I don't know why. So this might be a very, very fast episode. But it's just, I'm just sick of my body just feeling like it's about to break at any moment. It's just like, come on, let's get through this. Come on. Like my sports brain shows up and it's just like I gotta get this shit done because if I don't, I mean we lose. We lost the game, and so right now it's just a fight against my body and mind for real, and my body's starting to kind of win a little bit, but we're fighting through it. Don't get it twisted. We are fighting through it. This is what we do. We that's all I can do. So um, I know a lot of people probably deal with this a lot in their lives, and I'm just like, this shit sucks ass in titties. This just really sucks. Like I'm sick of waking up in fucking pain every day. It's just the worst feeling ever. It's like you having to wake up and be like, shit, my back is stiff as a bitch, and this is the start of our day. Is working out the kinks in our body before we have to go in and do punishing work for a good 8 to 9 hours, maybe 10 at some days, but 10 or 11 some days. It sucks, but somebody's got to do it. But I do want to start having interviews on this pod. I definitely want to start maybe getting like I want definitely get sponsors and shit and stuff like that. It's just I keep telling myself I don't have enough time in the day to do things. I'm just like, yo, we said this is the dream, so why are we not doing this? And then my problem is that I'm still 1 foot in and 1 foot out for some reason, and I just don't know why. And the question that I've asked myself and I've been asked, what's the plan? And the problem is that when I start shit, it's no plan. I like to jump into things 2 feet in and keep it fucking moving and see if it works. And with shit like this, you can't do it with just jumping 2 feet in and just praying that it works, or not just praying that it works. It's just like, nah, it's gonna work. That's just there's delicate planning to this, and but I also, like I said, I want to make sure that all the ducks are in a row and everything is like I'm in a good sitting to make sure like, hey, we can get through this and weather whatever storm to get to the good part. You know what I'm saying? So um like I said, man, only like I said it a couple weeks ago. I'll say it here now, man. Only a couple people will know what the next move is for real. Like it ain't nobody else gonna know what the next move is except for me and the select few that I know won't say shit, that won't try to deter me, won't try to scare me with fucking fear tactics or anything like that. Like they're gonna ask the correct questions instead of just trying to look for the bad and fucking everything. And that's the only thing. No more negative thought. Pretty much that's pretty much where I want to get with at this point. It's just towards the goal in mind. Is like we're not gonna have any negative thoughts. Like we're not gonna sit here and say, well, what if we can't? No, there's not. Well, if we can, we have to. We got to. It will work. It will happen. It will be big. It will be, what I mean? It will we will weather that storm when the storm comes. And so, I told you guys, I'm very excited about where the podcast is going. We got big things planned, big things popping, a little thing stopping, if you know what I'm saying. The nerd stuff is here. So Bleach Tuesday will start tomorrow. I just got done watching the first ever episode of Bleach. By the way, it's been 20 years since the first episode of Bleach. So we're going to be talking about that for sure. And then also, we're going to be talking about the first episode of 1,000 Years Blood War. So I'm just letting y'all guys know right now, there will be spoilers throughout that episode. And there will also, goodness gracious, so y'all, man, I'm feeling nauseous today. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Also, yeah, there will be spoilers throughout that episode and also this episode for sure. Just letting you guys know right off the get go. Hopefully no one gets mad at me. So we're gonna start with talking about Power Book 2 Ghost. I want to say this with every fiber of my fucking being. Okay, I just want this to be known. I already cursed for the first time, so it was the 10-minute shit doesn't even fucking matter anymore. I just want to understand one fucking thing. Why can't TV shows with series like the series finale, why can't they just fucking learn how to end these shits? Like, The first Power, like the original Power series finale, ended, I wouldn't say perfectly, but it ended. You know what I'm saying? And it gave us the spin-offs. At least we knew there were spin-offs coming. We were already told about the spin-offs because Power never dies. Okay, like I said, it's gonna be sorry, everyone, there will be spoilers. We all knew the people that were gonna die in the this final season. The thing that bothers me is that you left the door open for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand why you set up a whole, and this kind of tells me that this was not supposed to be the final season of this spinoff. It actually, it shows you that we weren't supposed to end this. Stars ended this shit. And watch, the problem is that Stars became a black network, and became like a huge black network, almost like a raunchy BET. I would say. Maybe I'm wrong. It might be right. You can hate on me if you want, but they, like, 50 Cent really changed the trajectory of what Stars used to have on their fucking programming. Okay. But with Ghost, it just felt like there was a lot of stories that could have been finished if you had a longer season. Like 9 episodes to finish off a pretty complex, pretty spiderwebby series is like, hey, y'all fucked that up. That fumbled everything. And then you leave us with Tariq starting a whole new business venture with Noma's brother. And then really he turned into Ghost. He turns into James St. Patrick by making his white guy / Tommy his number 2. And I think Effie still working with them, doing course correct and everything like that. It's trying to sell the drugs through the college campus. And I'm sitting here watching it. I'm just like, okay, so you just started a whole new show for us. Like, where's the next season? Because you just said there's another season. Like, why would you even call this a series finale? Because it shouldn't be. Because that's just fucking dumb. It's asinine, if you ask me. And then there's another thing that kind of bothered me about this shit. Oh, there we go. They literally ripped off the final scenes of Training Day. They did. It's okay. They did it with Carter. The only reason why it wasn't believable with Michael Ealy than with Denzel Washington is that, to me, Denzel has like this aura around him where, and also a deeper voice and a more believable character. That, you know, it pretty much, he did the whole Pelican Bay, I send you all to Pelican Bay, shit like that. You know, he's a crooked cop. You know, both were crooked cops. Both were highly decorated crooked cops. And really, they did the same thing. You know, the whole King Kong type shit. He just didn't use the same words, but he did the same play. It felt like that this series finale was directed by somebody who did a BET series. And when I say BET series, I'm talking about Family Business. It just felt like a ripoff. And to me, it's the same thing. Bro killed off the Russians. There's probably, and I mean, not only did he kill off the Russians, he arrested a few of them. So he's going to be in jail with quite a few of them. That's the only thing they didn't do, was kill him off by getting lit the fuck up. He's probably going to get stabbed up inside of prison due to the fact that he put most of them people behind prison. And it was like y'all ripped it off, and it was like that. It was a bad ripoff. Like I said, Denzel has a deep voice and believable voice, and Ely was like, nah, that just didn't. It just didn't move me like it did with Denzel. Like I felt like we just got done watching the whole movie with this dude fucking over this guy, and then, you know, and people were scared of him inside of the jungle, and the only reason why they were scared of him because he was the cop. And then once he lost all that power, that's when, you know, he started to do the Hail Mary throw. Bitch, I can put all of you in, you know, stuff like that. Ely never gave us that. Like, we didn't have enough time with him and Tariq to like. To me, he didn't control Tariq long enough to like have that type of energy towards him. Like, it just didn't make any sense. It like the whole thing just didn't make zero fucking sense. Like, it felt like they killed off Angela's nephew for no fucking reason. Like, zero reason whatsoever. Like, it was really no cost to killing him. And then all those assassins that Noma sent after Tariq, what happened to most of them? Because a lot of them just like disappeared. She never sent them off again. She just called it off, and they were like, "Okay, cool, we're done with that." Normally, if an assassin doesn't get their money, they're going after the person that didn't fucking pay them, Noma. So just none of it made sense. This whole season did not make any sense. But I watched every episode. So, I mean, like, I was still a fan, but I'm just trying to understand why shows cannot finish off their series. I just don't understand it. It's just, why wouldn't you be able to finish this shit off? Like, can we figure this out? Like, I just I don't understand it, man. They gotta it all started with like, it felt like it all started with like The Sopranos or some shit. Like when The Sopranos just fade to black, and then we just kept going to series finales and just don't know how to end it. One of the most notably, apparently, people, well, for me, most notably, also, especially the final episode. Maybe the final episode. I wouldn't say the whole season, but I'll say the final episode of Game of Thrones. What the fuck are we doing here? Like, that was it. That was it. What? Bran became the king? Fuck we what? No. Yeah, it's just, that's the question to everyone, man. How would you want it? How would you want some of these damn series to end? Because it's just like, fuck are we doing here? Like, y'all didn't, y'all gave us all this greatness, and then just like at the end just said fuck it. Like, that's how it seems like to me. It's like, just, you know what, stars ain't paying us enough, and we're done. We're out of here. We're gonna phone this final part in. I'm sure they acted their asses off, but at the same time, it was just like, you left us hanging here. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, it's not even like a secret. Like, this dude is becoming a drug kingpin. What's next? What the fuck? It just blows my fucking mind. I'm sorry, y'all started getting very like, man. I'm gonna try to get through. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this shit. Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right, come on. No, it's mostly because I feel like sick as shit right now. This is weird. I don't like this. I might have to pause this motherfucker. Goodness gracious. All right, come on. We're gonna get through this. Penguin. We're gonna talk about Penguin for a second. Penguin feels like a Sopranos knockoff that DC has done an amazing job with. As much as I say it's a knockoff, it does feel like its own energy too. I like that, Ozzy has Oswald Cobblepot is forced to work with Sophie. She doesn't seem crazy to me. Like, I know they say like, yo man, she's crazy, that's the Hangman. She seems a lot more controlled than what is supposed to be. Like, most of the people that come from Arkham seem like they normally come back worse than they already were. And I like that they kind of focused on Vic a little bit more this episode. Like, we got a little bit of his backstory of what happened when the floods happened. There we go. And I like that there's that emotional connection that we finally got with him. And then, how the relationship between him and Oswald Cobb and Penguin, I'm sorry, and Penguin, the relationship between those two are developing. Like, developing not just in a mentor-mentee relationship. It's like, this is my friend. Like, not, and I like that, like the one scene where he's like, yo, you feel like I'm holding you hostage? You're my prisoner? And then, he put the gun up to him. This is what it feels like every time you with me. He's like, it's like he berates him, degrades him, but at the same time, he's like, he cares for him. And I like that. I like their relationship so far. It doesn't seem abusive. Like, he's actually trying to find out about his life. He asked him what his dad did. And and we hear, the backstory about his dad and his mom. You know what I'm saying? He still hasn't talked about his sister. So That's another thing. So I I like the development of their relationship, to tell you the truth. I think, and I like what somebody said, yo. This is crazy. I didn't notice this until it was said and brought up, and it makes so much sense. Because I'm starting to look around and shit too. Somebody said that Victor could be Victor's ass, could turn into Victor's. I heard this on the WBM podcast, by the way. Just put I'm going to give the shout out where it's due. WBM was the one that said this to me first. I don't know where they got it first, but this is where I got it from them, and it makes sense that he could be Victor's ass because Victor's ass did work with Penguin a lot, especially in the Gotham series. The only problem is, and the weird thing is that this Victor, if he is Victor's ass, the Hispanic Victor's ass is going to piss some people off. I don't know why it would piss anyone off. He's a serial killer, but I'm just like, I can see it. I can fucking see it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And he gave himself a scar after he killed the guy. After he cut, and the way he was trying to dissect Alberto and everything like that, it was just, oh, that makes so much sense. And I like the blossoming relationship between Penguin and Sophia too. By the way, I think that this will be fun to watch, to see how they develop more throughout this season. God, dog it, throughout this season. And it's going to be a limited series, and I don't think Batman's going to show up. There's going to be no reason. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't bring Batman. Don't bring Batson into this. I think that we keep this into the criminal underground, and if you need to, this sets up for other villain origin stories. Like I always said, what Disney should be doing is like doing those Disney spotlights. And this is where you do the origin story, or you just do a story of. I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. I'm sorry, my fault. You should do a origin story of side characters. Like you can make it happen, and I love mostly also that this is rated R and dark, as it should fucking be. Okay, it should be. I feel like DC. I've always said this. I will continue to say this. DC is the darker comics. Darker shit happens in DC comics, and really most DC comics, to tell the truth, is gritty. And this is the cool part about it. Like the only one I wouldn't say is kind of gritty, of course, is Superman, who's fucking whack. Who's whack superhero. I'm sorry. Superman's whack superhero. It's like the epitome of what a superhero is, and bothers me. I don't care, and I don't care. It bothers me. If you were drawing out a superhero, it's Superman. Okay, fucking sucks. Just putting it out there. Damn it, yo. And then yeah, I think this show is going off very well. It's just like I said, man. It's just HBO knows what they're doing, so it's just HBO. And then I'm just gonna keep it at this. Agatha all along, of course. Aubrey Plaza has shown her face again, her beautiful face, onto the screen, and yeah, that's just that's just the episode. Is Aubrey Plaza is here, so so she's here for the rest of the episodes. I don't know why we were missing her for the past 2 episodes, but I'm gonna need them not to do that anymore. Okay, we will bring Rio in. All right, and she will be the main character from now on, and we're okay with this. I'm okay with this. I don't know if everybody else is, but I'm okay with this. I love how she can play a crazy character easily. It's just, I think it's hot. I mean, I guess I just like like my lady's a little crazy. It's just the way it is. So yeah, keep that going. Keep her going. This second trial, I like that they're doing the trials with every witch in the coven, like using all their powers. You not using every witch's power. So I'm guessing the next one's going to be Lydia, Lilia, whatever fucking name. The older witch, yeah, the little bit older witch. That I think she's going to be. The next trial is going to be about her. For sure. I don't watch a recap. I mean, I don't watch like the preview shit, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about her. Seeing that this last one was about yeah, I completely forgot her fucking name. Like her name literally escapes me. But her mom was the rock star, and she's pretty much having to break a curse that apparently has been over their family forever. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with right now with Agatha all along, and also Aubrey Plaza's here. Just want to just make sure that we all know this. All right, I'm gonna cut this episode short because I don't know how I even survived almost 25 minutes. That's amazing. So, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. Also on Instagram. No, also on Twitter at Nightstown Finest. Holy Mother Goose. I made it through. We made this happen. I can't believe it. Hopefully I don't feel like this when I do the Bleach podcast. That would suck. So, if you listen to the music, of course, please go check out Gillis713 and at Songbird ATX. They are both the names that are attached to the intro song. If you enjoyed that, hopefully you loved it. If you did, please go drop them a follow and go listen to their latest musics on their Instagrams. And so, with that, I would like to say I love all of you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.